I'm going to give it a second. It's Wednesday. Guess what day it is? It's hump day. Anyways, I'm going to give you guys a second to all pile in here. Come on, get in here. Hurry. Whoo! So I pinned a video to the top of the chat here. And it's on a channel called Monkey's Army. And for those of you guys that have been following along, Michael Monkey Vaughan, missing Fruitland, Idaho. It's been 3 years. And they have 4 suspects. Good morning, True Wrecking Crime. Penny and Chatty Jen, thank you so much for being here and modding for my channel. You rock. Make sure after I'm done to go check out Dolly Vision. He's going to follow up and do the same. It's a trending topic this morning. We got to get justice for this baby. I still don't understand. I really don't. So if you hadn't seen the video, Morning Wicked West, it just got released. It's a FOIA request, I believe somebody did. And they got video from the body cam footage of Stacey Wandra. He is one of the suspects named in the disappearance and the unaliving of Michael Monkey Vaughan. And he's on the camera. Basically, they pull him from his cell. And then he, of course, has to go to the bathroom. So he's gone in the bathroom, and you hear the officers talking with each other. And they're like, so he lied to y'all? And so then the other officer said, yeah, he was on the phone with his mom. And he told his mom that he lied to us. Yes, basically. And so then they get another detective on the phone. It takes them a minute to kind of get situated. I guess the FaceTime wasn't working and something was, hey, Nanya, good to see you. Hey, Alamo City. I couldn't stand listening to it. It made me sick. Yeah, he's, this is from last night. You saw it already, Amy? But I pinned the video. I wish I could share the video and kind of go over it, because I like to comment a lot on certain videos, and I kind of used to do this commentary thing where I would play a video and talk and play a video and talk and just give my input or whatever it is. And I've been doing lives on my phone. It's the best and easiest way for me, so that's how I've been doing it. And it's not able to allow me to share videos this way. So he's on the video and he's on the body cam footage. And so then they pull up finally after having like a little struggle. He's able to get on the video call with this detective, and they're in the backyard of the Wander's house. Brooke showed it at 4:30 this morning. Awesome. Yeah, Crime Lines and Lies. She's also in the know. So I'm sure she got the video. I'm sure she showed it. Good. So if you don't know, I was going to send it to you, but I figured you'd, yeah, we got it last night, but we went to bed after the live. So yeah. Anyways, thank you, Nanya. I used, Short Leg sent me 2 detanglers, and, the one of them was the, Paul Mitchell taming spray, which I had always wanted. For whatever reason, I never got it for myself, and I finally used it because my shampoo is Paul Mitchell. So I'm like, okay, Paul Mitchell, I'll try this one. It has this amazing smell. My hair looks so good this morning. Anyways, don't get me too off topic. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. So finally they get this detective on the phone, and she's like, so can you direct me more as to where Michael is, Stacey? And he's like, just go straight out the back and go towards the mound and go there. And I'm like, he doesn't sound like he's under duress, like he said. Basically, when he was up on whoever's live stream, which he's been on so many live streams, he just can't help himself. But he's like up on the live stream saying that they basically held him at gunpoint, which is not true. He just walked into the room, sat down, and was like, yep, he's right over there, look under the mound. Why has this man not been charged for this crime? Like, I don't understand. I really don't. It's like, he sat in this chair on this video and clear as day said, Michael is underneath that mound. Hell, he tried to blame Sarah, it seems, because he's like, I don't know how far she dug down. I wasn't paying attention. But he clears day with his whole chest says that Michael is underneath that mound. And if we've been following the story, Sarah Wander is in jail currently, or prison, or wherever the hell they put her. I'm sure it's still jail. I think it's jail. I'll talk to her in jail. It's jail. Sorry. And so she's in jail over having an argument with another roommate. This other roommate she had an argument with was not one of the suspects and was not a roommate at the time of all of this occurring with Michael. This roommate wanted to utilize a remove over a barbecue that was in the backyard. They had a dog, okay? The dog liked to dig stuff up. And so it is my belief, my opinion only, that she basically pulled a weapon and threw a dog bone toy at the guy's head because he wouldn't let it go, and he kept pestering her to try to utilize this barbecue that was over a certain spot that he wanted to move and whatnot, and that she wouldn't allow to get moved and used. And I believe because there possibly was remains underneath the barbecue, because the dog was digging up stuff, and so they would have to have had something over top of the mound or the burial site, which, God rest his, this little poor boy, I can't, I don't even have the words. People that harm children deserve to be underneath a ground somewhere also. But in my opinion, it is the most logical, most explanation that makes sense in my brain is that this poor boy must have been under the barbecue. She's serving time till she's there till 27, I think, maybe even longer. But she's serving time for getting in this physical / threatening with weapons altercation with this other character over just movement of a barbecue grill. He wanted to make something on the barbecue and she freaked out. And I believe it's because Michael was possibly underneath the barbecue underground. And so here we have now raw video footage of Stacey Wander, who has again been telling everybody he was under duress. They basically had him at gunpoint and he couldn't help it but to say, because they wouldn't leave him alone, and he just was so pressed. He's sitting there just comfortably in his chair, just, yep, over there, he's over there. Like, he's directing the detective as to where he believes. But I almost think, and this is why I really like the deceptive detective, and the cards. And a lot of people think it's really high priced, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Why would you pay for that? Why? Because my mind works a certain way. And I think or feel certain things based on how my mind works. Up until I seen the cards and followed the detective show, I didn't really know how to put what I saw and felt into words. The cards put things into words for me. And so with what he says next, I almost feel like Stacey knew that they had moved Michael, because while he's telling these people where or what mound Michael might be located under, he says, I've been locked up so long, I don't know where he may, like the way he says it, he's like, I've been locked up so long, who knows where he's at now, or if he's not under there. Like, when somebody's lying, they go an extra mile to cover their tracks, to add extra information, to put more than is necessary. Like, if he truly was in that backyard, and he knew he was in the backyard, it would have been as simple as, yes, they over-explain, exactly. And so he basically goes into way more detail to say, like, oh, well, if by some chance he's not in the yard, which to me is almost like a telltale sign that he kind of knows that he may not be in the yard, or that he's not in the yard. He's like, well, then go to Brandon's house in Kuna and look in the trees in the backyard there. And I'm like, which again, that's another funny thing. He's now going to completely do the 360 the last time we seen him on a stream again and say that Brandon and Sarah couldn't have done anything because they were with him and he vouches for them 100%. So, like, really? Borna Honey, good morning. If you guys could hit the like for me, please. I have 122 in chat and only 48 likes. It helps the algorithm. My hair smells so good from that product. I just can't. I love it. And yes, double tap the stream, please. Have your DNA on the, leave your DNA on the like button. And you guys don't forget, Dolly Vision will be live after me. He's going to go over the video so we can all watch the video and comment on it together. Because this is huge. So for me, my next question is, why can they not charge people once we have like this much information? And this isn't the only thing he told. He told a lot of different stuff as to pertinent clues and information on who did it. And so for me, it infuriates me. I mean, I know they're not talking and saying like this is exactly where the baby is and or where to find him or who exactly did it. But I mean, if a baby is missing and you're on footage seen in the exact area and then you slip up and tell a bunch of live stream, see, this is another thing. Okay, some people have split opinions on whether or not people should or should not do YouTube true crime. I agree there's a fine line. There's like strict true crime only channels. 10 to Life. There's Grizzly. There's I know there's more. There's so many true crime channels that are just strictly true crime. There's Stephanie Harlow and Derek, whatever their show's called. Crime Weekly. There's The Interview Room. There's Police Off the Cuff. There's, you know, like solely channels that don't really interact with their audience, that just come on, they tell you facts, they tell you the information they know, the end, done, bye. But then there's videos and channels that do a little bit more, to where they allow you to interact with the channel and they get theories and they talk about the cases and they go back and forth with the audience to engage in content and, you know, kind of just have a banter with the audience. And that's kind of like what what I usually participate in. But that being said, a lot of times there's people that are involved in cases that do participate. Like last night in television, we had Billy Joe, who was the mother of Leilani Simon. And a lot of people are still very upset with her, and I understand that. But for us and our channels, we've decided that, you know, she's going to suffer enough herself with her inner guilt she must be facing and her inner demons, that we were not going to badger her any longer. I mean, I still believe she's, you know, should have been at home because she's the only one that had custody of the baby, but that's neither here nor there. Like, me repeating that and badgering that into the scenario is not, like, it's not helpful. And this kind of goes along with some of what I said yesterday. Like, when there's criticism and when you want to say something to somebody that you care about, you don't benefit if you, like, critique them to a point that's not like, there's nothing she can do about that, if that makes sense. Am I making sense? So, like, repeating it and saying it over and over to the lady, like, it's just hurting her at this point. We know, you know, what happened. We know she went off to work in a different state. We know that the baby was gone after, you know, she left the baby with the mama when she, in fact, is the one that had custody. So, like, not necessarily that life goes on, because it won't. And I promise you, she's going to, and she even said it herself. She said herself that you never feel the guilt and deep sorrow she feels on the inside. I believe her. I believe she's very pained. I believe she carries a heavy-ass burden. And so it's like, what are we going to just stone her for it forever? But that being said, a lot of these people that are involved in some of these cases come in and participate with some of the chats. And a lot of people are simply jealous of where they go sometimes. And so they badger the channel that they're on and say, you know, like, how dare they have that person up there, or how dare they involve themselves with the case and blah, blah, blah. Well, when it comes to Michael Monkey Vaughan's case, we were actually asked, Crime Lines Alliance, Brooke, she was close with me for a while, and I'm still close with her. She's somewhat a good friend of mine. And I say that very lightly because I don't like to mix business and friends. But there's a couple people that I've made friends with. but she had sent us over some information, and we had private investigators information, and we had somewhat of a direction as to where to go when we had set people up on panel with us. I don't believe she's sorry. I think she's scared she's going to actually be held responsible, accountable. I won't say another thing to her. Only the good die young. Got it. You're right. I mean, you're entitled to that opinion also. It's just, the only thing for me, like I was trying to say, is that, like, just for badgering purposes, like, what does telling her she sucks, like, what? I always feel like there's a lot of people on here, and myself included, that come online and they give you a bunch of, so-and-so did this and they suck. So-and-so did that and they suck. This sucks. This is bad. This is the way that this person did something and they suck. And, like, there's not very many, like, how do you fix it? How does she fix it? Should she not be allowed to come up here with any of us anymore? Like, it's like, what is a resolution to any of our gripes? A lot of people come up and give criticism or commentary, as some they call it, and then they don't offer any kind of resolution for what they're claiming is the problem. So it's like, how do you expect people to continue to participate if there's no solution or resolution for what it is you claim they're doing that's wrong? So fast forward, Stacey Wanderer, one of the main suspects, missing kid. He's still not been found. He's still missing. There's nobody charged for his disappearance. The sheriff and the head of the freaking state of Idaho basically told Brandy that Michael's no longer with us. But then they put out a age progression photo, which I was confused about that. So we have these 4 suspects now who are all over the internet talking, and a lot of people get upset that, Stacey's up here. And I'm like, we actually had set directions on what to ask. And the reason that when I'm on Dolly's I say the internet is forever is because it is. If you go online, like me talking right now, I could delete this stream and there would be evidence of the stream, and there would be a way. It probably would be a hard way because you'd have to probably subpoena people and what else. But I mean, there's still evidence of my stream. There's evidence of everything that I said. There's evidence of it being replayed, whether somebody recorded it, so like, the internet is always forever, and anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. And so whenever there's people that come up and participate that are part of cases like this, for example, Stacey Wanderer, their words can be used against them. And so he was up on Crime Lines and Lies, Brooks, and everybody was really upset a long time that she supposedly, was like flirt talking with him. Well, she got him to say so much information on her streams. Her streams were a godsend for the case, even though he's still not charged, which I don't really understand why. Again, I just don't get it. Sometimes these people just get to walk free until one day, like, all of the puzzle pieces, like, it's a 500-piece puzzle and we've got 478 pieces. And so, like, we're literally just waiting for the last couple pieces so we can just be done. But he came up on her channel, and up until he was on Crime Lines and Lies, Stacey Wanderer had never mentioned that he had seen a young boy. And so the more you talk, it's harder to say what happened and make it all up than it is to tell the truth and then add a little that's the lie. So he's telling the story, and the more he's having to repeat it, the more he's recognizing, okay, I might need to add this to the part of the story. I might need to add this and that and whatnot. I don't know how his brain works, but then he adds that he saw a kid walking by. And so, red flags everywhere. You saw a kid. What? Did you tell the cops you saw the kid? Like, where was the kid? How old was the kid? What did the kid look like? And then, of course, he realizes, like, oh, shit, I messed up. And he's trying to rewind. And he's like, well, it wasn't Michael. Okay. And then he says, the kid was like 5 years old. Michael. And then he gets questioned about it. And that's when he usually kind of, like, shuts down. But that being said, he said that on a live stream. And so that statement now will be utilized against him once, they get enough of everything to be able to convict. And I really don't. Like, I don't know what else they could possibly need. I mean, I know that they don't have the exact person that did what happened to Michael. And another thing that threw me is the last stream that he was on, he mentions to Brandy, which he's talking to Brandy. This is the thing. Brandy Vaughan, now she's married, has to be the absolute most strongest woman on the planet. And she's literally up on the panel. This was the last video that she did with another channel that had Stacey Wonder up. Stacey Wonder has since been arrested, so he's in jail still, I believe. But she's up on panel with him, and he's like, I'm trying to do what I can to help find your son, and I wish I could bring him back for you. Just tell her where he's at. You freaking told the freaking cops in the video we saw this morning where he was in the backyard under the mounds with no duress, mind you. So why would you go up on panel knowing that the poor child's mother is going to be up there with you, and you have the nerve to sit up there, and then he got all huffy and puffy and started yelling at her. I swear, if I could have jumped through that freaking computer screen, oh my God. But they have evidence. I hate that guy. Same. And I'm trying not to be a bad person and call him a tubby fat lord because, you know, I'm a little chunky, so I get it. It could hurt people's feelings that people get off-putted by sometimes when I don't know. I can't ever, especially when I'm on dollies. And everybody that says that I'm different here than I'm there, I sugarcoat a lot there. Because every time that I try to be myself, somebody comes into the chat in the comments and says how terrible I am. And how dare you say this. And, you know, so I try not to be full wide open with it. Because I can go there. I can go there. I can be nasty. I can say nasty stuff. Just like the rest of them. All humans really have their moments. And with that slob, and I say that as nicely as I possibly can, I'm pretty sure that I freaking said something about how he shouldn't be breathing the last time he was live and we were on Dolly Vision. Stacey Wonder is suing the state of the United States of America. Like, it's just, like, the nerve, the audacity, and then he blames everything on his mental illnesses, his fetal alcohol syndrome. Like, no, sir. If I had, you know, half of a brain, I would understand that, you know, you're utilizing that to your advantage to try to play off your lies. And we're not buying it. He's a narcissist. He has no feelings. You're just saying, but I mean, like last night, people were upset. And I don't know. We were just kind of, we were on rare form yesterday. I was, at least. I don't know. But it's all right. Lies. That's what he's doing there. A part of it. And I hate it when she was talking to him on panel. Yeah, me too. Me too. Hey, Steffers, good to see you. Thank you, Gray. I mean, I try. I'm not perfect. I just, you know, I try to be better today than I was yesterday. And I know I make mistakes. And I know that, you know, sometimes I say stuff that's not nice. Like, Stacey Wonder is a fat lord that shouldn't have hair. But hey, I'm human. I'll ask for forgiveness later, I guess, when I pray. Where's the wife of this? The wife is locked up, and that's Sarah Wonder. She is locked up on the charges of holding up a roommate with a gun, I believe, and throwing a dog bone at him and hitting him with it because he was trying to utilize a barbecue in the backyard that was over top of a mound, I believe, in my opinion, allegedly. And therefore, I think that was a telltale sign right there that that baby was at some point in the backyard. So, if you're willing to fight the roommate over a barbecue that he's wanting to move and use because there's a freaking baby buried under the barbecue, I mean, please, for the love of God, somebody tell me how to arrest these people and charge them with this crime. And make them freaking tell the freaking mother of this boy where he's at. Hey, Mimi Tanya. I meant to tell you, thank you for those cookies. We had a good time eating cookies that you sent us. Honestly, is the best part. Yeah, Brandy's a sweet soul and she deserves to know where the baby is. He acts like everything is a joke. Yeah, those people are so creepy and weird. If they were my neighborhood, I would be so uneasy. Yeah, but see, it's like you wouldn't know they were in your neighborhood. Like, I don't think anybody knew they existed. They just were another house, another set of people, and just, you know, I don't think anybody really knew they were in the neighborhood. Is it very cold in Virginia? It's like 30 degrees. I have to replay Dolly today. I fell last night. You too. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And he's going to be live here in a minute because this is a pretty big deal. This is a pretty big deal because Stacey had said to everybody that he was under duress. He only made the comments about Michael being in the backyard because he was being pressed and they were beating him up in a cell. I'm exaggerating. That's not what he said. But basically he made it sound like he had to say that Michael was in the backyard because they were pressing him so hard he didn't know what else to do. But when we watch the video, which we're going to watch here on television in a minute, you can clear as day see he's not under any duress. They put the detective on the phone, that she's on video, and basically he tells her clear as day, like, yep, Michael's right there under that mound. Take a couple more steps, and he describes the, you know, the size of the hole, and just, you know, he clear as day freaking knows what happened to that baby, and somebody needs to prove it. Somebody needs to freaking put him away for life. He does not need to be in public. He needs to be in a cell somewhere forever, if not freaking gone off the planet. I'm sorry. I feel that way. I heard V8 in North Carolina getting more snow this week. Dang, no. Looked like he had just woken up. Yeah, he said, what time is it? So yeah, he did look like he just woke up. Anyways, I gotta run into work. You guys be good. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bicycle, don't forget, go to Dolly Vision. We're gonna be there next.